So let's take a look today to understand why the MindFix program can be so incredibly impactful and effective for people like you when it comes to eliminating roadblocks and mental barriers that are holding you back and keeping you from being able to achieve what it is you want to achieve. So here we have a model of the mind. And down here at the bottom, we have our primitive brain. And our primitive brain knows fight, flight, and freeze and faint responses. It's our instincts for survival. And our primitive brain also acts as a stress bucket that accumulates subconscious stress over time. The more accumulated subconscious stress we have, the more we have an increased sense of threat, and the less we have a sense of safety. Our sense of safety decreases. So we become more reactive when we have a lot of stress, and we become less effective. That's why a lot of programs out there that deal with mindset and helping you be in a better place with your mind for achieving, they just go in and try to help you reduce your stress levels and keep you calm. Tools like meditating and little hacks to make you less reactive during the day help drain your stress bucket. But there's so much more going on that's keeping you from being able to see the results that you want to see and keeping you stuck in patterns like perfectionism, procrastination, difficulty setting boundaries, difficulty saying no, difficulty with conflict, fear of failure, fear of success. All of these types of things they're not there just because of your stress bucket being full. There's actually a lot of other things going on. So from the age of 0 to about the age of 7 or so, depending on what scientist you talk to, we are in a theta state. Our brains are in a state that is very similar to hypnosis. We are hypersuggestible, and it's almost as if we're going around with a tape recorder and a microphone and absorbing everything that the adults, especially our parents, are doing and saying and modeling for us. So this could be really nice things like, I am a good girl, and dogs are great, and exercise is fun. But at the same time, we collect a lot of programs that turn into these tapes on loop that hinder us as we get older. So this could be things like, I'm not good enough. You must work really hard to deserve money. If I make a mistake or I fail, I won't get a second chance. I'm not important. So we collect these pieces of information, these pieces of data from our parents and adults when we're young. And what happens is they get locked in and they become tapes that play on loop practically 24/7 throughout the rest of your life, over and over and over again. What happens around the age of 7 or so is these things get locked in because this becomes our subconscious mind. And around the age of 7 or so, we start to develop our conscious mind, because before then, there really wasn't much to be conscious of. And our conscious mind has our analytical abilities and our logic and our reasoning and our willpower and even our conscious desires. See, we're fully aware of what's going on in our conscious mind, and we think that this part of us is 100% of our brain, 100% of our mind. But in reality, it's just 5% of the decisions and the choices and the actions that we're making as we go throughout our days. Our subconscious mind is actually 95% of the decisions and the choices and the actions that we take as we go about our days. And our conscious mind doesn't have anywhere, it's like a tiny fraction of the processing power of our subconscious. And our conscious mind is always thinking about the future. It's always processing the past. It's always focused on creation and different goals. So who do you think, which part of your mind is running the show with everything else in the present when your conscious mind is often focused on the future or the past, right? It's your subconscious mind. These tapes and these rules that are playing on loop are literally determining the course of your life every day. Whatever is stuck in there that you absorbed like a sponge when you were younger is having a massive impact on how you live your life. So from your conscious mind, you may have conscious desires. You may want to be a happier person who is looking for a soulmate and wants to fall in love. And you consciously know this. And you can consciously tell me, Erin, hey, I really want to be a happy person. I really want to find a soulmate. But subconsciously, you may have all sorts of tapes going, relationships don't last. It's not safe to be around men. People will leave you. Relationships leave you worse off than when you started. So if you picked up things like that when you were young, and that's in your subconscious, which remember, has all this horsepower, but you consciously say you want this, you're going to have part of you going in this direction and a whole lot of you going in the opposite direction. And when you've got these kinds of percentages here, it's really not a fair tug of war. Your subconscious typically wins. When your conscious mind is able to grind and hustle and overcome your subconscious tapes, you can do that, but that leads to resistance, pushing through resistance, and incredible levels of stress as you go against what your subconscious mind says will keep you safe. Now, a lot of people and programs out there that deal with mindset try to get you to overpower these tapes. So you can stand in front of a mirror and say affirmations. I am good enough. Money will flow to me easily. All people are good. People won't hurt me. I am important, right? But you're cramming. You can repeat these things to yourself over and over, but affirmations and things of that nature get crammed into your conscious mind. When you read books and you take courses and you go to webinars and you work with mentors, you get all sorts of new information, but it's really just getting crammed into your conscious mind. And guess what? Remember, it's still just 5% of your processing power. So what needs to happen and why we're so effective here at MindFix is we are one of the few tools in the world at this point in time that can actually come in to your subconscious, identify and locate these minuses, and literally dissolve them just like that, quickly, effectively, and easily. And when you don't have the minuses that are pulling you in the opposite direction, then you have all sorts of energy and power and focus and ability to move towards what you consciously desire, because there's no invisible ball and chains holding you back and dragging you back. There's no huge part of you that's screaming, no, that's not what you want. You can be in complete and total alignment because you get rid of the minuses. Further, there are techniques that we use that can take your conscious dream and desires and goals and actually put it back into your subconscious mind so that both your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are in total alignment. At the same time, we also have an effective method for going in and reducing subconscious accumulated stress levels so that instead of an increased sense of threat, you have an increased sense of safety and your sense of threat goes down. So we manage your stress bucket, accumulated subconscious stress. We find and eliminate the negative patterns and loops and tapes that are keeping you stuck. And we make sure that your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are in complete and total alignment so that you can have all of the energy and power and no resistance as you move towards the goals that you know that you're capable of. These are the ways in which MindFix helps clients just like you experience incredible results in a very short period of time with incredible effectiveness and efficiency. Please visit the rest of our site and let us know if you have any questions.